Hi friends, this is Leslie from Mermaid Cove Studio. I am on today to do a tutorial. I am creating spring banners. So it's a quick banner, it's a quick little banner. I already pieced together everything. This is only a sample of what you can possibly do. This particular banner is for a swap that I'm in, a Doodlebug swap. It's a one-on-one swap with my friend Kimberly. And if she sees this, hello, you're getting this. But it just kind of to show you different things. I love making banners. I make them throughout the year for different seasons, holidays, whatever. Not as often as I would like to anymore, but this one, I think for each swap, I think I've made the last swap, this particular swap, I've made them. I love spring, to do the spring ones. I also do the Christmas ones. This is my first Easter Rabbity one and more spring. So you've got, it's the little bunny, we've got the little flowers, and it says spring. And this one right here, we've got sparkly letters on little eggs that have some texture to them. So this is not the one I'm going to do today. I'm going to do something a little different, or a lot different, but it's small. They're not, you can probably look back. My channel has been on for 2 years now. I just got a notification it's been 2 years. And on there, I think way up in the beginning, either in a short or probably in a short, I did one that said Olivia, which is for my granddaughter, Olivia. We've done one for Aria. The kids have each made, the grandkids have each made one in different types. And really, I'm going to use dies with mine today, but you don't need to use a die. You can cut out a pendant shape. You can, I've got odds and ends at my desk, but I could show you. You could do a rosette and do layers on top of it with letters and flowers or whatever. I've done those before as well. You can take parts of your, okay, this is the pad I have been working with. This is the Doodlebug, let me show you, I can show you. Here it is, the Bunny Hop. This is the one that is for this particular one. But you can take all of these little pictures here, like this, okay? And you can do, sorry if it's moving too fast. You can cut this out and put it on, let's just say you wanted to put it on a rosette, like so. I'm gonna try it like that. You could, layer it up and do a banner, or you can take, this just happens to be from the 6x6 pad, but I've got also the 12x12 pad. And so these are 3x4 journaling cards, and you can, excuse me, use those and turn them into a banner. There's, again, on my channel, there's one from a swap I just did. It was a Be Happy one, and it turned out really quick, adorable with the Echo Park Be Happy bee paper. It was absolutely adorable. I didn't make one for myself. Sometimes I do, but not this time. But you can just take, cut out shapes. Let me see what else is in here that you can, any of the shapes. You don't have to use the background, but you can cut that out or cut that out. And instead of using a die, if you have a Cricut, way back when Cricut came out with its very first machine, which I'm not gonna lie, I still have it, and I have all my cartridges. I know you can go into Design Studio and create your own shapes and banners and all that kind of cool stuff. But before they had Design Studio, you used the cartridges, and the cartridges are gorgeous. Maybe one day I'll pull the machine out and do one with that. I made one that I had posted up on the back on the, like the headboard of my bed, and it said love, and it was layers upon layers. So it's really up to you how much you want to do. It can be flat. I do the flat ones with my grandkids all the time, or tons and tons of texture and layer. Today we're going to work with some die cuts. I'm gonna pull my die cuts out so I can show you what I've got. This is the one I've got for a swap. It is not the one I'm creating today, but if you're interested in that, let me know. I'll recreate it for you. It's an adorable little die that I have that I've never used, and I pulled it out and said, oh my gosh, that's the one I'm gonna do. But here we go. I love to take notes and write notes on my black paper or red or dark blue, and with my inky gels. I love those. Okay, so the dies that I'm going to use for my banner today, I already went ahead and cut everything out, so I'll show you. I don't know, these are from my stash. I don't know who they belong to, other than I paid for them and they're in my stash, but I don't know where they came from. This one here I use, so I cut out in white 110-pound cardstock. Okay, and then the centerpiece, and this size of this, I'm going to go ahead and measure. It is actually a 3x4 size. Okay, we're keeping it small. Okay, again, if there is a bigger one, and I think the bigger one might be like 5x6 or something like that, or 5x7. The center here, I cut out in gold. Okay, popped out all that good stuff, and I just glued that on. You can use score tape or whatever kind of tape you want. If you wanted, you can layer this up. Just depends on how layered up you want to be. Okay, and then I did this guy right here, again from my stash. Don't know what it went to, but I have it. This is the color that I cut out. Okay, and I'm going to kind of use it like this right here. And then I have letters. So I am creating spring. It's going to say spring. Here's my letters. I have, so you've got the back part, okay? And then the other part. I'm going to see what I see here. See if I can pull it up. This one here, I think was called Bloom. Don't remember where I got it from, but it's in my stash, and it's absolutely adorable. I've been using this one quite a bit lately. It's a little bit big, so you have to be careful on what the size is that you're going to do on here. So I'm going to foam tape this guy up, and I am going to put it here. Obviously, because we are spring, we are going to do some leaves. So here are I decided I was going to use two different ones. So I've got this one, came from some flowers that I got, and also this one here. And I love how that cuts out. A little bit tedious because you've got to clean all that up, but that looks good. I've got two of those. And then I did flowers, and I love to make flowers. And this one here is my favorite right now. I love the texture on it. You can do, there are several sizes. I want to say I've got like a whole nother set that's a little bit smaller. You could take and really make this flower really thick and deliciously large. It would be stunning. This is where I end up with them all the time. I love how this is done. There are a lot of tutorials on YouTube how to make these, and you know, I think go with your gut and see how you feel about them. I ordered these off of Amazon, so it's kind of like a bead cap, but not really. I think it is called a flower bead cap. Laces Jewelry DIY Craft. Yeah. I ordered these off of Amazon, and they come like maybe 100 to a package. You can also get them in silver. I never buy them in silver. I don't know why. I think I do most things in gold. So I already created the flower. It has the 3 layers like I showed you here. I mean, if you want me to do a tutorial or direct you to a tutorial, just ask in the comments. You can ask any questions there. Everything in kindness only, please. But I'm happy to show you how I do it. It's quite simple, but not in today's tutorial, so I'm going to put that aside. These are our components. This is going to be the back that we're going to run our ribbon through, and I have chosen this velvety satin on one side, velvet on the other side. It is absolutely scrumptious. It's soft and buttery. I love this ribbon. Wish I had gotten other colors, but I won't fret because I know that I will put it in my stash. And here I have already done most of the letters. I was going to show you, I kind of put it all together. I was waiting for my flowers to dry, but I was going to kind of show you a little bit how this goes together. Very, very simple. Okay, I've got some foam tape and I simply have it on this big roll. It's not that thick, but thick enough. I'm going to put some on the back of this piece here. Make sure I keep it in frame. Doing this a little differently than I normally do today. I'm kind of new to tutorials, but I'm enjoying them. You know, you have to grow with your channel, right? So let me see. I want to make sure that I get, yep, I kind of like how it is right there. So I'm just going to put a few pieces on. Now, it's lightweight. It's going to string across something. Do you have to do it bigger? You could. That's up to you if you want to fill in more tape, but for the purposes of my demo today, I'm not going to. Okay, I know I'm going to put this here. I'm going to go ahead and peel. So this is my letter G. This is the last one of my banner, the last letter, and I'm going to put that on. I can see my glue. Boo-hoo. Okay, I'm going to find where I want to place it. I think about there is good. I am not a perfectionist at heart. I just like to enjoy the projects. I'm going to glue these guys on. I am a huge fan of art glitter. I think somebody said, here, try this glue, and I've been using it ever since. I think we don't mail it out when it's cold out because it's a water-based glue, but it does dry quickly. And it's lovely, absolutely lovely. So I am going to put this set of leaves kind of right up here at the top. I tried it without, and I just thought it needed a little bit more. And sometimes less is best, and sometimes less does what she wants, and excuse me, and adds more. And I love to make things very, very dimensional, lifted. So if you look through my channels, you'll see that. And then you're just going to kind of find your center. I knew that I was working up here in this area a little bit higher up. Again, it's not perfect. Am I going to gift this one? I don't know. Maybe I'll hang it in my studio. Maybe, well, this week we've got all the things, you know, it's Easter and that kind of stuff, but it doesn't need to be. So you can see I'm kind of messy back in here, but that's not a big deal because it's going to be hidden by the flower, okay? So you're not going to see it. I'm just, you know, willy-nilly gluing things on. You can take ephemera from anything that you have, any of the kit sets you have. And the paper that I'm using today, the pad I'm working out of is, let me see, this one is Echo Park. It is Echo Park, and it is called, let me see, it has like the cutest things. These are cute, but I'm not using it for that. It's Welcome Easter, and I have an Easter basket I need to make out of the paper. It's why it's still out, and you know, here you don't know that this is Easter. You just know that it's spring and we're doing flowers. I'm going to go ahead and put a bunch of glue on the back of my little flower. Yes, I love to use glue, lots of it. And we're going to get our flower on here. You know, you can kind of push it up onto here. You can add more bling. You can, anything that you want. Now, if I were to cut this out, I would cut out the cardstock. If I weren't going to do any of this stuff, no dies or anything, I would cut out, I would probably do the square. It'd be easy. Cut out 3x4 shapes with my cutter, just 3x4 rectangles. And then I would go ahead and cut out 2 7/8 by 3 7/8 to kind of give it a background. So I would use the 110-pound cardstock. I would then get some kind of decorator paper here, like what I'm using here. I would cut the gold out in 2 7/8 and by 3, 2 7/8 by 3 7/8 would be my size. I would probably find some kind of a punch to do this part right here. And I do have a round scallop punch. I would probably cut that out. It's about a 3 inch, maybe 2.5 inch. It would kind of work the same. Letters, in some of these kits, there are letters. You could do that. I don't think that I have that. So I would probably find something to cut it out. You could do it with your Cricut or whatever. The flowers are all dies, but I do have flower punches. So I would probably do the same thing. And the leaves, I also have a leaf punch. But again, you could use any of the stuff. Let's just say you were going to do an Easter one. You could use any of the stuff from the paper pad here to create any type of banner that you wanted to create. So this is what mine is going to look like. Okay. It's a little dimensional, a little bit of colorful. It's very pretty. And then what we're going to do, we need something to hang it up with. And that can happen a lot of different ways. But what I notice is that I really like to do them this way. I saw somebody do it and I went, oh, I love that. I hadn't thought about how they did it, but you take a straw and you cut it to the size that you need. You can also do eyelets on each side. You can do a hole punch and cut out, punch out the sides for the holes for your ribbon. You can run it, in and out, or tie individually. Okay, we're going to let this guy dry. And we'll go ahead and get flowers on the other. So we'll let that dry. But essentially, this is what this guy looks like. This is what my banner is going to come up like. So we're going to go ahead and get our pieces. This is my last one. And I'll show you how far I did all of this stuff ahead of time. Oh, I have some pieces missing. Well, I think that's okay because I can fit them in later. But here's my beginning, and we're going to go ahead and get a flower. I was a little bit distracted because my dog was in here with me, and he's an old bulldog, and I'm going to make sure he had to go out, and then it's kind of like putting a baby to bed. I had to go lay down with him a little bit. Okay, so there's my S. Okay. We'll let that dry a little bit. We'll do the same thing with the P. I just for the intention of just doing a little tutorial, just bringing it all together, keeping it as simple as I can, with the point of telling you that you are in charge of whatever it is that you want to do. So if you want to add more to it, you absolutely can, okay? You'll notice that I do not have another one here like that. But what I'll tell you is, oopsies, I forgot to cut those out. And it's okay because there's enough room to tuck it up under after. Or not. I may just leave it like that. Who knows? Leslie doesn't follow any rules. And don't tell me what to do. That's terrible, but it is what it is. It is who I am. Okay, I'm bringing them all across. Let me move some of these. You can see I have other flowers here. I constantly have flowers. You know, if I have nothing else to do, but I feel the need to be crafty, I will sit in my space here and I will make flowers. They make me happy. And I make them in lots of different colors. But as you can see, there's a lot of pink here right now. Who knows why? It is what it is. Okay, we'll get this little guy on here. And it's okay if that pops up a little bit. Okay, now you can add anything else to it if you want to put some jemmies on there. So on this one, I still need, I know that there's enough room to, it looks like I need to cut out 1, 2, 3, 4 more of this type of leaf, and there's enough room that I know I can fit them all in there. Yeah, that looks really pretty. Okay, for the ribbon part, you decide how you want to do that. I don't think that I am going to add anything in between, but you can. Okay, in between on this one, there are little flower dangles that I created. But this is going to someone, so I'm going to gussy it up a little bit more, okay? So I absolutely love that. She'll get it. She needs to have that one. My friend needs that. That's my gift to her. But I'm going to take this satiny ribbon, and I'm going to pull it through. And I've just, if you have a needle, whatever is going to go through your straw, okay? If you're going to use lots of thicknesses, like here I used the eyelet yarn, the eyelet trim, and I put those two together. I just took this was an eye pin, cut off the eye part because it needed to be thinner to go through my my stuff. But you'll just take it through. We're going to go from here. I'm going to flip it over, and you can see here, this should be pretty dry now. And we're just going to gently pull this through. I don't want to get that caught on anything. Let me see here. I can hear my dog coming for me. He is looking for me because I left him in the room, and he likes to be wherever I am or wherever his daddy is. Okay. All right, here we go. I help that along a little bit because that's long. So here we go. We just pull that straight through, and I keep one end attached so that I can just continue to go. And I'm going to do it again to the other. Same thing, same process. You bring it through. It's right here. Uh-oh. Oh, it's caught on the outside. That's why. Okay. I have to. So, usually, I don't think I make I cut the straws a little bit shorter. Sometimes I'm just using whatever pieces that I have to use. You know, you keep the scrappies of everything, but here I'm going to take and push it through again. So it'll go through, and there it is. It's starting to turn out pretty good. I'm going to move these guys out of the way so we can kind of see what's happening here. That turned out really pretty. And we'll do each one of these. So you can take and do whatever word that you want to do, or no words, and just put flowers or creatures, anything that you want. There's no boundaries. This is, whatever you can create and make for yourself or for others. I find that these are really great swap items. That quick little thing that you want to make, you always wanted, as crafters, we're so generous, right? We just give to be giving, and I love to make a quick little banner out of whatever scrappies are left. I'm still stringing here. Let's see, I've got this one to go. You can, whatever, from the paper that you've got, from the project you just finished, if you did die cuts or not, or other shapes. People like to do pendant shapes. And you just build a banner. I mean, it's simply paper and ribbon. And, oh my gosh, that is so sweet. Okay, I am enamored with this. Hopefully that's dry enough. Let's see. Yeah, you just, anything that you can think of. There we go. And as you can see, here we go. Sometimes I add beads in between, and you've got, it would definitely work with what I've got going on here. This ribbon is thin enough to work with. So here we go. This is my spring banner. Very, very simple tutorial that anybody can do. Just dig in your scrap papers and see what you've got, and simply create. But this one is 3 by 4. Can you make them smaller? Absolutely. This little guy here is like 2 by 3. Or you can make them bigger, like the 4 by 6 cards, journaling cards in your paper packs or your scrappies, whatever size, any kind of layering items. Just use your imagination. This is the same thing. I would tell you, you can cut a straw, glue it across there, and make that work as well, or put it on a backing, another card, whatever you want to do. So if you enjoyed my tutorial, please like it. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to do that down below in kindness only. And if you would love to share this, absolutely, have a field day. And if you make one of whatever your heart desires, share it. You can tag me in it. I would love to come look at whatever somebody else made. All right, my crafty friends, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate all of you. We'll see you again soon. Thank you.